Welcome, students. Today we are going to do the chapter The Sermon at Benares by Betty Renshaw. This is a summary of the chapter. So, the Sermon at Benares, Buddha's early life. This chapter brings out the wisdom that the Buddha taught in his first sermon received at Benares. It tells us about the incident related to the death of Kissa, Gautami's son. Gautam Buddha was a prince named Siddhartha Gautam. He was sent for the study of the holy Hindu scriptures at the age of 12. He was married to a princess and they had a son. Gautam Buddha was kept shielded from the sufferings of the world. So Gautam Buddha, it was predicted in Buddha's life that he would become an ascetic, he would leave all his royal life and he would go out. So to keep him away from all this, he was shielded from the different sufferings that way in the world. But things will take place as it has to be, because that is what is the providence of God. So once he was going out for sightseeing and he sees the different kind of sufferings in this world, the sights of suffering. During one of his hunting trips, Gautam Buddha came across a sick man, an aged man, a funeral procession, and a monk begging for alms. Siddhartha Gautam was 25 years old at that time. He was moved by the sight of these sufferings so much that he became a beggar. He went out into the world to seek enlightenment. He became a beggar means not begging. He lived his life by begging for alms. He did not have any, being a prince coming from a royal family, he left everything and he went out in the world, and his life depended on whatever he could go around and ask for things. Why? Because all this time he wanted to find enlightenment and knowledge. The story of he wandered for several years. Ultimately, he sat under a fig tree. After 7 days, he got spiritual knowledge. He named this tree as the tree of wisdom. He began to share his understandings and was known as Buddha. He delivered his first sermon in Benares at the banks of the sacred river Ganga. The sermon contains the Buddha's views and deep wisdom about death. Now we come to the story of Kissa Gautami, that how he tries to teach Kissa Gautami that life and death are both two different sides of the same coin, and death has to be, as life is accepted, so in the same way death also has to be accepted. Kissa Gautami's only son died. She asked people to give some medicine to cure him. A man sent her to Sakyamuni Buddha. Sakyamuni Buddha, he came from the Sakya dynasty and he had become a Muni. Muni means a saint, so that is why he is called Sakyamuni Buddha. She asked Buddha to cure her son. The Buddha asked her to bring a handful of mustard seeds. These seeds were to be brought from a house where no one ever died. So Buddha asked her that he would cure her son, how he would bring back her son to life if she could get some mustard seed. But the catch was that the seed had to be brought from a house where no one had ever died. Kissa went from house to house, but she did not find a house where people had never died. It made her realize that death was everywhere. Nobody was free from death. It spared no one. And after going from one house to another, Kissa soon realized that there is no house or there is no family which has not been touched by death. It is everywhere. Buddha's preaching. The Buddha preached that life is brief. There is pain and suffering. Birth is followed by death. The world is full of suffering. Death and suffering, death and decay. Nobody can save his dear and near and dear from death, whether he is mighty, whether he is wealthy, whatever. But when death comes, it comes. No one can save that person. So how do we attain peace? This is what Buddha tells us, how to attain peace. Because after death, after the departing of the near and the dear ones, people are very disturbed, people are very moved. So how to attain peace? We cannot obtain peace of mind by weeping or grieving. The death cannot be saved at any cost. Peace of mind comes by giving up weeping, lamentation, and grieving. Only those who are free from sorrow, only those who are free from sorrow who overcome it. So, what is the answer to this? That Buddha says that there's no use weeping or grieving. The death cannot be saved at any cost, and peace of mind will come only when we give up weeping and accept what God has sent for us. Lamentation and grieving can only stop when we free ourselves from the sorrow, we accept what has happened. Message. What is the message of this story? The essay The Sermon at Benares has Buddha's immortal message to humanity. Buddha says that we must accept the harsh realities of life. Death is inevitable. Inevitable means something which cannot be done away. It will happen. It cannot be wished away. The sooner we accept this fact, the sooner we shall attain peace of mind. And he says the best thing is to accept this fact that we cannot do it away. It will give us peace of mind. Now we come to the title of the story, The Sermon at Benares. A sermon is a moral advice or a talk on religious or moral subject. It is often given by a religious person. After enlightenment, under the famous Bo tree, it is called Bo tree in English, but it is actually the Bodhi tree, Buddha preached his first sermon at the city of Benares. The sermon of the Buddha has an anecdotal reference to prove that one who is dead cannot be called to life. If we accept it, we attain peace of mind. If we do not, our pain increases and we suffer in body. So what is the title? What does the title? The sermon. And what is a sermon? It is a talk, a religious or a moral talk given by a religious person. And here in this sermon, he is talking that how something which is very common to everyone's life, that how death should be accepted, and if it is accepted, then only it gives a peace of mind. Otherwise, if we keep on lamenting, we cannot overcome the sorrow, then we ourselves are going to suffer, and our life will be of no use, because we will keep on lamenting, we will be sorrowful, and we'll be wasting our life. So he says that we have to overcome all the sorrows, and then only be blessed to make our life better and the life of the others better. So I hope you have understood the title and the summary of the chapter. Thank you very much.